Good morning, Hornets, and welcome to your daily dose of Beech Grove student news. I'm Josh.
And I'm Bree. Today we're going to take a look at new teacher, Mr. Taft, Madeline Adamson, and as always, sports.
But first, let's hand it over to Garrett for your weekly weather forecast.
Thanks, Josh. This week is going to be hot and humid, with today's highs reaching 92 and the low at 73. Tomorrow we will have a high of 92 again and a low of 74 with only about a 10% chance of rain. Wednesday, we will see our first look of rain, having an 80% chance. High temperatures will decide to stay, having a high of 86 and a low of 65. Thursday will show a decrease of temperatures, having a high of only 80 and a low of 62. Then this week, we will have a high of 83 and a low of 69. That is all for this week's weather. Back to you guys at the desk.
Today for lunch, we will be having meatball marinara with spaghetti, roasted summer squash, and savory green beans.
Breaded chicken drumstick, jalapeno cornbread, spicy collard greens, mashed potatoes, and as always, the pizza and deli lines will be open. This past Saturday, August 25th of 2018, John McCain, Senator of Arizona, passed away at 81 years old. During his lifetime, he ran for the presidency. He was also in the Navy as a naval bomber pilot and survived many plane crashes and was fighting through the Vietnam War prison for 5.5 years. For the past few months, he had been living in a home state of Arizona and was struggling with a brain tumor. He had known his time was coming because he was planning his own funeral for over a year. He wanted former President Barack Obama and George W. Bush to give eulogies at his funeral.
We have some familiar faces coming back after training. John got more on the story.
Some familiar faces have come back to Beech Grove with shaved heads. If you've noticed, 3 students are back in Beech Grove after spending 2 long months at basic training for the National Guard. Those 3 students are Isaiah Vest, Nick Smock, and Chad Purdue. The National Guard is used primarily for reserve military force, so they can be called on any time to fight for our country. Nick Smock says, quote, "I would like to tell other people how good it is, and if they have any questions, tell them to hit me up. If you would like to contact Nick Smock, his email is nicksmock@bgcs.k12.in.us. I also talked to Chad Purdue and asked why he joined the National Guard. This is what he has to say.
I joined for the college benefits, training, retirement benefits, and kind of just like a service to the country.
Chad, after looking back on it, was it a good experience and what he learned?
After basic training, it was definitely a positive experience. I feel like I learned a lot, but I couldn't really tell you what I learned. A lot of it was like personal morals, and like if I get told to do something, I'm gonna do it to like the best of my ability. That's the main thing I learned.
Off from Bgsn.
National Guard.
Juliet Kaufman went out to get more information on the drama club president, Madeline Adamson, who is playing Sandy, the lead character in this year's musical, Grease.
This year, Beech Grove High School is putting on Grease. I got an interview with the lead role.
I'm Madeline Adamson and I'm a senior.
Madeline was elected by Drama Club president this year and has been very involved for all 4 years of her high school career. I then asked Madeline what other roles she has played for Beech Grove Theater. What roles have you played in other plays?
I've been Jordan Maker in Great Gatsby, Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz, and Anne Frank in The Diary of Anne Frank.
I also asked why she was excited to portray Sandy this year.
I'm really excited because it's different than all the roles I've ever played before, and the cast is really fun.
Grease practices have officially begun, and I'm very excited to get more interviews on the rest of the cast. Grease will be performed on November 15th, 16th, and 17th, and the whole cast would love for you to come see. This has been Juliet Kaufman for Bgsn Live.
All BG students, go out this year and join some clubs. It's a good way to meet new friends and get involved with the school. Go to our website to check out all the different clubs we have to offer while it's still early in the year. Tomorrow, Madison will be getting more information about the Spanish club, so be sure to watch.
This year we have staff. I'm back with another teacher profile. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back for another teacher profile of the 2018-2019 school year. Let's see what this one has to entail.
I'm Mr. Taft. I'm one of the new social studies teachers here at the high school. Work primarily with econ, mainly seniors. I also have a psychology class, also a U.S. history class as well. I went to IUPUI. I also coach football here and coach track here at the school. And
having so many classes and teaching so many students can be a heavy workload for any teacher, especially the new ones coming in from different districts. I asked Mr. Taft how he thinks the school year is going so far and what will happen in the future with his classes.
So far, I've had an awesome semester. It's been great. The students, the faculty, no complaints at all. Just encourage you, stop by my room. I'm upstairs at 206. Say hello, tell me a joke. All will be good.
As we can see, Mr. Taft has fit in just right here at Beech Grove High School. We thank him for his dedication to every class that he teaches. Thank you for watching. I'm Joshua Parker for Bgsn. And now we're going to throw it over to my good buddy, Jonathan Dans, for sports.
Hello, Hornets, and welcome to your Daily Dose of Sports. This weekend was an exciting one for the Hornets. The girls volleyball team showed great improvement in the Cowan Invite, where the girls won 3 games in a row to make it to the championship, but they would unfortunately lose in the championship. They went 3-1 on the day. However, this is a huge difference in ability previously shown. Hopefully this momentum will carry on into the girls' next game tomorrow night at Cecina. Unfortunately, both the boys and girls cross-country teams could not compete on Saturday due to some heavy rainfall. Both the boys and girls' next meet is the Cardinal Ritter Invite tomorrow. Tonight, boys tennis has a meet at home versus Southport. Boys JV football hosts Speedway, and boys soccer hosts Central Christian Academy at the Pit here in Beech Grove. Last Friday, the boys football team traveled to Park Tudor to play their first away game of the season. The guys went out and showed dominance early, taking a 22-0 lead at the half. Senior Terrace Pope had a very impressive game, even running a touchdown back from 80-plus yards. Pope had 156 yards on only 9 carries. Quarterback Jordan Reel, who's making his return, went 5 for 5 passing for 51 yards and had 2 touchdowns as well. Quanzel Jones carried 6 times for 60 yards. Sean Small recovered a fumble in the end zone for a touchdown, and Charles Ellis capped off the scoring with a pick 6. Romeo Eccles had a very solid game on the defensive side of the ball, where he had 6 tackles. Terrace Pope had a great game on the defensive side as well. Gavin Mitchell had an early interception, and kicker Angel Fonseca had a great game, kicking 4 for 4 on extra points and even throwing a pass for a 2-point conversion, along with some very accurate kickoffs. The Hornets won 51-0, demolishing the Panthers in what might be the last game between the two. The Hornets' next game is at Speedway, where they look to improve to 3-0. The Colts had their dress rehearsal game last Saturday against Jimmy Garoppolo and the San Francisco 49ers. Angelique had his best showing of the preseason, where he went 8 for 10 and a touchdown on passes, and he ran 4 times for an additional 27 rushing yards. Angelique's lone touchdown pass was to tight end Eric Ebron, who was signed as a free agent during the offseason. The Colts would get the win 23-17. In other NFL news, the controversial helmet rule is still in effect, but the number of flags for the rule decreased 64% in the 3rd week of the preseason. Many players have spoke out against this rule, but others have said that this rule is needed. Richard Sherman was a big opponent of the rule, saying that it would make the NFL like flag football, and others, like Colts head coach Frank Reich, said that it would be good for the game. Many opponents of the rule have pointed to a play where a Vikings player sacked Jacksonville Jaguars quarterback Cody Kessler and was called for a flag. Many people thought this play was clean, but only time will tell how this new rule will affect the game. That's all for sports today. Back to you guys at the desk.
That's all for your daily dose of BGSN 10.
Teachers, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the bell icon to be notified every time we go live.
Also, don't forget to follow us on social media at BG Student News. I'm Bree.
And I'm Josh. Remember, Hornets, you are beautiful. You are one of a kind. Have an absolutely magnificent Monday.